Oh, by the way, what it's propped up on is that little garden gnome right there, Florida Gator. Murr reporting live. Murr was in Tallahassee watching the game. He said it was cold. Said his balls were cold. No, he didn't say that. I'm mad at that. I don't know. Maybe his balls were. I don't know. But oh, let me see. What are we watching? Okay, I still got the Texas A&M game on. What's going on? Okay. Murr, try to click I got the link. I put the link down at the bottom. See if you can call in, dude. Love for you to call in. Let me know what happened. Because I didn't catch the ending. Okay. I didn't have time to catch the ending. Somebody talk about planting a flag. It was pretty cool or something. So I got to see a couple pictures, but I didn't see it. So you got to call in. You got to report to me, man. You're my boots on the ground. If you're still out there. Be cool. So, all right. So this message is why. Never understand that why messages are being held. I'll allow that one. Why not? I guess that's why, because it had a swear word in it, which I do every so often. I try not to. See, I'm 11, so I can't. Brady. Oh man, hey, no problem. And that's kind of why I watch my language, is because of that. uh, yeah, I get it, man. I get it. Uh, Murr, if you're still in here, call, or if somebody wants to call in, I got the link right there. It should be the blue highlighted section. It should pop up. Zaire, if you're in here, uh, what's up, John Doe? Anybody want to chime in? Let me know real quick. I mean, you can come in and say, "Go Gators." You come in and say, Florida State sucks. Something. I mean, whichever. I'm a big fan though. Brady, big fan. Appreciate it. Well, probably big Gator fan too. Hey man, I appreciate it, dude. You know how Brady. Actually, man, one of my brothers. He's 16, but he actually does some videos with us as well. I try to get my brothers. That's why I changed my name to the Bro Shows, because I got my brothers doing videos with me now. Let's see, Austin Channel. Happy Christmas from Britain. Wow. Cheers from Britain. Nice. Let's go. We got 19 people in here. Let's go. If anybody wants to call in or try the link, I've done it before. I'm hoping it works this time. I put the link in the description, or in the chat. Let me pin it and see if anybody wants to call in. It does show blue. It's usually a good thing if it shows blue. It's supposed to. So if you want to call in, please do. Just chime in, just talk a little bit, talk some Florida Gators. So, but let's talk about the game while we're waiting around. If anybody wants to call in, you're more than welcome to. Boo FSU. Listen, it's always great to beat Florida State. Would I have loved to beat them by 50? Yes. I think this was the year to do it. But beating them by 20 is I don't care. Beating them by 2. I hate Florida State, man. If you know me, you know how much I can't stand it. I got a lot of family members, a lot of people I work with, Florida State fans. So, yeah. So, man, once this game got going, I was like, there's no way Florida can lose this game. I was like, Florida State was going to screw up anyways. So, and Florida State did. Someone was talking to me in the other chat. I think it was 4 turnovers, 4 fumbles, 8 sacks. Actually, a Florida State buddy of mine, Sherry Mills. I pinned the live how to get in the comment section. Just click on it. It should give me a signal where it says to allow you in, and it should work. Yeah, click the blue link in the pinned message. Yeah, the blue text. Brady, if it's showing blue for you, that should work. It should work, because I've been having issues with it the past couple of streams. I don't know why. I don't know if it's YouTube or something. Because another guy, a buddy of mine, has been trying to get in. I'm not sure why he's having an issue with it. It's weird. I don't know if I mean I don't even think you have to show your face. Hey, there we go. Go Zaire. Let's go. Hey, did it work? Did it work?
Bro, finally. I don't know what you did, but
Let's go.
bro, finally.
Let's go.
Bro, let's fucking go, bro. Let's
Let's
go.
go. Let's
I don't know.
go.
I don't know what you did, but finally it worked.
I don't know, man. It's the and the bad thing is it was the same thing I kept doing. I'm like, why is it? I don't know if it was a YouTube thing. It was weird, man.
Damn,
I
bro.
don't know. But what's up?
I'm blessed, man. How you doing?
Doing good. Florida beat Florida State. I'm good. I'm good.
You already
I'm
know.
good. Florida
Um,
beat Florida State.
yeah, we need to be honest about a couple things though. That
I,
wasn't our best
I,
performance.
I know where you're going with it. And hey, listen. First, we can acknowledge we just beat Florida State. That's the first
Yeah,
thing I want to say.
yeah,
Boom. But man, I like you. I didn't like some things, dude. Today,
yeah.
I didn't like some things. Some things were a little, you know, I don't know. It just seemed like I don't want to be a team that plays down to your competition and plays up to the competition you play. Like that's to me, that's poor coaching. I felt like Florida should have put this game away in the second quarter, and
Yeah.
that was at least. Man, Florida State, for whatever reason, dude, they are. My brother's a big Florida State fan. And he told me how this game was going to go, and it went to perfection. How he said they can't hold on to the ball. Whenever they have a drive going, they're going to fumble regardless. And this Florida State team is bad. And thank goodness Florida did play a bad Florida State team today because, Florida wasn't up to par today for whatever reason.
So let me ask you something. Did your brother predict that Florida State was gonna put up that valiant of an effort though? Honestly.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
Okay.
My buddy of mine or my brother, he turned off. He said when it went 7-0, he already called me. He said, "I'm turning this game off." He said, "I don't even know if Florida State could score 7 points."
Mm. Yeah.
And just how that game was going. Man, it was. I don't know. I get Florida State, man. They are bad. I didn't realize how bad Florida State is. I haven't really watched them other than the first game when they played Georgia Tech. Well, and that was with DJ Ugalele. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
whatever his
Yeah,
name is.
ukulele. Yeah,
All
man.
right, Brady. But yeah, man. It was it was definitely concerning whenever it was 17-3. Florida State had the ball, and I was like, oh man, they're like driving.
Yeah,
And so, I got concerned there for a little bit, but I never for a like actual thought Florida State could really win the game just the way they were playing. You know, uh, but the Florida Gator defense, man, 8 sacks. That's the key in this game. That's
yeah,
been the key for the last 3 games.
yeah.
LSU, Ole
I
Miss, and tonight.
so yeah, I never expected them to actually win at any point during this game, but let's be honest, a couple things. Number one, I think this is the first game we saw DJ Lagway look uncomfortable at best. Um uh just Florida State defense, for whatever reason, their defensive line was generating pressure. Our offensive line for much of the game couldn't block them. The play calling, Billy Napier, in a lot of ways reverted back to the old Billy. I kept seeing Chim DK. We used to saw Trey Wilson on a motion before every damn play. He reverted back to that.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. It just wasn't the same fire we saw this last 2 weeks,
yeah,
man. In the body language. So for all that DJ Lagway potentially can be great, we two things still stick out to me. Number one, it's not even a physical trait, if you ask me. I don't like his body language on a lot of the minute something goes wrong, the interception. Okay, you want to, I don't know, prep up your team. Like, hey man, that was the wrong route combination. But just every drive that we didn't innate point, was able to get points. If you just, I want you to just watch his body language. It's very just, ugh, like something I wouldn't expect from him. But
yeah. I I don't know, man. Lagway was off
Yeah,
like
no,
a
yeah,
lot
definitely.
tonight.
Yeah, no. He was not
And
comfortable.
I heard now you need to tell me if this is true. This is what people were saying on Twitter during the game. Something about DJ Lagway being caught with some women or something, and
I saw that
apparently
on Bar. If you go on TikTok right now,
okay,
I saw it on
yeah,
TikTok. It was on
yeah,
Barstool UF. It was like two girls, two white girls. And it
yeah,
was some guy who was recording. I think he was walking back to his apartment. The
yeah.
crazy thing is, I do think DJ Lagway actually has a girlfriend. I'm not trying to stir up anything, but I did see something like that before he came to UF. He had like some girlfriend. I'm not trying to stir up anything. That could have very well just been some friends. I don't
Yeah,
know, but
yeah. Okay.
but yeah. I must say
Platonic,
it's funny you
I mean,
say that. I just got off the phone call with the high top guys, and one of the guys was like, "Yeah, no more snow bunnies for DJ Lagway." I'm being serious. I just called in
leave,
with them.
leave those guys. Yeah, I saw they were going on about 9:39, 9:40 or something, and I
Yeah,
tried to tend to go after them because I was like, they got a big following. I mean, they got a
yeah,
lot. So it's like sometimes I try not to go at the same time as them because they have gotten so big, and which is great. For
yeah.
especially for Florida Gator fan base, somebody
Mhm.
to call in. I like that. You know, but man, for whatever, and it might have been, maybe I mean, listen, he's still. I hate to say, 18-year-old is a kid. He's a grown. He's a man. I
Yeah,
mean, but I mean, he's still young. He's still trying to mature. I'll say that. And
mhm.
man, that man got to him a little bit. It could
Yeah.
have because man, I mean, what was it? Elijah Badger was wide open in the end zone. I mean, just
Wide
hit him,
open,
and
wide open.
he threw it like 5 feet over his head or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
man.
And I was like, oh my goodness. And I started watching the game at my house. Then I went to a bar. And then, of course, when I get there, there's freaking like 5 Florida State fans. I was like, oh God, they started doing the chant and everything. but,
Yeah, man.
and I was like watching, I was like, man, DJ Lagway, but for whatever reason, man, he will make the most spectacular play like tonight. But man, he really needs to work on the plays that are just gimmies. I mean, he was very inconsistent tonight.
Are you talking about the play where where he went full Tim Tebow mode and broke that
Oh,
defensive tackle and threw
dude,
a
just
dime?
stiff arm, I mean, 300 pounds on him.
Yeah, man.
And Lagway just brushed him off like nothing, spun to his right, put it on
Yeah,
I mean, a dime. I mean, it's like,
yeah.
dude, you can hit that, but you can't hit Badger like wide
Right,
open. And
right.
there was a bunch of other throws that I'm just like, man, it's like, dude, these are gimme throws. These are just they're giving it to you, and you're just missing. And I was like, you know what? Though, I mean, this is kind of like a road game for him as well. So you have to add that in. Now,
Yeah.
was Tallahassee really that kind of a hostile environment this year? No, it wasn't
No,
like, it didn't give that same feel.
no.
But, you know, this was a good road test for him,
Yeah,
and now the bowl game. So we're going to kind of see now what he is made of. I mean, I hate people putting the Superman label on him. I'm like, listen, let's not put too much pressure on him because, man, he's still trying to learn the offense, still trying to learn at the SEC too. So I hate to put all the pressure on him right now. Just
that's facts. I'll give you that. No,
yeah,
you're right. No, you're right. I'll give you that. There's people in
because
the chat saying what me and you've been thinking, bro. Kind of what we talked about last time. One chat says like we need an OC, and another was like, yeah, we need another OC. Do you think Billy Napier will finally do it, or what you
I,
think?
I think I wouldn't say about a year ago. I'd say no. This year, this off season, I don't see why he wouldn't.
Right.
Right? I think he will. I've heard rumbles that the administration said you need to get an OC. Now, I will say this, I don't mind that he kept the play calling the last, half of the year, whatever. He was calling the plays. Who do you really have that can really call the plays for you that you trust? I don't really know who he's got on the staff that I would trust to call offensive plays. But,
Right.
I mean, but look in the off season, I know Florida State who they just get Gus Malzahn.
Got
See,
Malzahn.
Mike Norvell at least admitted he needed to get rid of the play calling himself. He needed to get someone else, and he did. He got Gus Malzahn. Gus Malzahn gets a lot of crap, but he is a good offensive play caller.
Yeah.
So, but I think if Billy Napier can find an established playmaker or offensive play caller, not some just rinky dink somebody he saw at Mississippi State that's 30 years old trying to get his, wings under. No, get somebody established, get somebody in, and you know what? See what the coaching tree looks like. I mean, you got the NFL; they're going to be laying off some guys, firing guys or whatever. Maybe they're looking for a payday. Florida's got the money, dude. They
Yeah.
do. So, I mean, Florida can pay you for an assistant. You can almost make head coaching money for what Florida will pay you as an assistant. So,
But do
but
you think he's gonna do that though? Oh, you got somebody here saying Brady Productions that says he wants to join.
can he? Let's see. Brady project. I'm a joke. Oh, okay. Probably
It,
after. Probably after. I did. At first, he said he didn't, but I guess he could, which was fine with me. He said he was 11, but I was like, heck, high top. I'm pretty sure they got kids on there all the time. So,
yeah, man.
dude, I'm just glad I could get you on, dude. I don't know what the freaking crap was going on earlier.
Earlier, man, dang, it would have been so. It was so funny. It would have been so much funnier with the Michigan Ohio State calling that you did earlier. That would have been even
Oh,
funnier.
dude, Michigan, Ohio State. And then you kind of got the same feeling at the end. Apparently, did you? Okay, did you get to see the ending? Florida
I
State,
did.
Florida.
I did.
What?
Some Michigan players got pepper sprayed, I think.
I saw that. But what
Okay, yeah.
about Florida State? What happened at
I
the end
did.
there?
I guess Mike Norvell, he went out like a bitch, bro. Oh, excuse me. I'm not gonna cuss. Excuse me. I ain't gonna cuss. I ain't gonna cuss. But yeah, Mike Norvell's soft, bro. No, Mike Norvell's soft, bro. You know why I say that, bro? Because if it was the other way around and his players did that in Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, bro, he would have just let it happen and pretended like, oops, ooh, well, I didn't tell them to do
Yeah.
that, but whatever. So nah, Mike Norvell, you're soft for that, bro.
The grass last year or some crap. I mean,
Mm,
didn't they cut up the field at Florida at Gainesville? If
did
I'm not
they?
mistaken,
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, did they?
I think they cut up the field. Like, I mean, they didn't have no problem cutting up the field at the end. I
Mm,
mean, I don't know. I don't know. I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure Florida State did, especially. I think Jared Verse was one, if I'm
Jared,
not mistaken. Because Jared Verse, yeah, pretty sure he did.
okay.
But
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know. But hey, man, Florida wins, and I'm always happy for, especially over Florida State. But
Mhm.
I just wish they really would have run up the score. For
I did too. Yeah.
I really do. So I really wish they would have. But they might have if DJ Lagway was more on point and maybe his head. I don't know what was going on with him today, and maybe that's why they
It
didn't.
wasn't
Because
just him though. Bro, it
yeah,
wasn't
the
just him. The
receivers.
whole team, like
Oh,
it just I
yeah,
don't know, something was off. I said that
yeah,
from the first like couple drives, like, nah, this is not the same team we watched the last couple weeks. Nah.
yeah.
That was odd.
It was definitely odd, especially wide receivers going in this. Like I said, it's like in the same spot. That's where Lagway throws the interception. It was just like they were off, and
Yeah.
it's just it was definitely a weird feeling. But the run game came and say, I mean, I can't remember what Florida rush. I mean, you had Jane Ball Montrell Johnson with the 65-yard touchdown to really ice the game. I mean, once Montrell Johnson hit that 65-yarder, you knew it was ball game.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so, yeah, and heck, I mean, Florida averaged 6.2 yards per carry.
Okay.
Dang.
Okay.
I mean, Jaden Ball, I mean, he had 11 carries for 81, 7.4 yards per carry. So Jacoby Jackson got him a touchdown early in the game. So Florida ran the ball very well. But for whatever reason, like you said, they were getting pressure at DJ Lagway whenever he was dropping back to pass a
Yeah.
lot.
Yes.
So it was definitely weird. It was like revert back to that old Florida offensive line where it just had holes everywhere. So um,
He said
and I
somebody
didn't
said
know.
last it was the other way around. Last year they cut up the logo, smoking
Oh,
cigars. Oh, okay.
that's
Is that what
that's
happened? Oh, okay.
yeah. And I really thought that, like I said, I remember them cutting up the field or something. It was weird, and I was like, it's kind of odd, but I was like, whatever. It's like Florida was terrible that year. Okay, I don't know what you're. I was like, I don't know what you're trying to do, trying to piss them off. I was like, it is what it is, but it didn't bother me, and it probably shouldn't have bothered Florida State planting a flag like Ohio State. You know, Michigan goes into their house, they beat them, they plant the flag. I think the flag planting has been going around for a while. I've just never
Yeah.
seen like too many brought like Baker Mayfield did it a while back to Ohio State. I don't know. It usually teams just go in the tunnel and they just get off the field, but I'll have to look at that. I want to look at the video. I really want to look at it and see what happened. But
Definitely.
somebody in the other stream or whenever they were talking, they said Norvell was being a little bitch or something.
No, definitely, bro. And also let me say this before I have to hop off and let somebody else in, bro. I'm also not
Yeah.
mad at the opposition for fighting back or like, nah, don't come in my field and do that. I'm not
Mhm.
mad at Ohio State for doing that, even though they should have won the game. I'm not
Yeah.
mad. It's funny as hell it is as a Gator. I'm not mad at Florida State for
Yeah.
like, hey, cut that out, bro. Like, nah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you want your players to at least protect the field, but apparently, I think what a lot of people were saying was Mike Norvell did something. That's what was saying. He was a little bitch or something. So,
He
uh,
he one, he didn't shake Billy Napier's hand, and two,
yeah.
he saw the flag that was planted and he ripped it and like threw and like tossed it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a video of it, bro.
I,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Norvell's always got that. I don't know, man. He always seems like a douchebag to me. Like, it's like, I mean,
Just short man syndrome, bro.
he,
I think he's
he
like
has
five
that.
two, like bro, he's short. Like bro, real short man syndrome.
Oh man, I know a lot of those people. I'm 6'5", so a lot of people are like
Well,
always.
yeah. But no, bro,
But
if you got hey bro, on the real, if you got anybody else, I've seen some comments that said they might want to hop on.
if anybody wants to hop on, just let me know. I mean, I'll talk to Zaire for a while, man. We'll talk the entire
Yeah,
time.
yeah, me and you could talk like forever, man.
I don't mind it, man. This is awesome to me. And then, listen, Florida gets to have a bowl game too, so we got that coming up too.
Finally,
So
shit.
national,
Finally.
early national signing day. What is that? Is that December 2nd or
Yes, I
third
think
or
it's
fourth?
Wednesday. I think it's the Wednesday coming up, right?
Wednesday. It should be. It should be the first week of December. So heck, tomorrow's the first. So it'd be the third then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe. Because early national signing day now is like pretty much national sign because everybody wants to sign early and get on campus.
Do you think we're gonna
So
lose any recruits?
I think Florida will, but that's just any college.
Okay, yeah.
Because you're now Florida's getting all these new recruits, these high
Yeah, there you
profile
go.
recruits. You're
Right.
going to. I mean,
Yeah.
and so listen. I'm not like I said. I'm not the biggest maybe believer in Billy Napier, but one thing he does do well is recruiting. And listen, if you can always get someone, you know, let's say you have a 3-star defensive end or edge rusher, well, you just upgraded to a 4-star in this class. You may lose that 3-star, the one that you had for a little bit, who's a lower level, but you getting somebody more established like that. Was it Penn State defensive end
Mhm.
who looked good? I think that was the one that they just got. Because
Uh,
I think today they got the offensive tackle, I think, from Auburn.
Travarius Dice was the offensive tackle, and
Yeah,
dang, and yeah, you're right. That the linebacker or edge or something Woods,
yeah,
Jalen
from
Woods or something, Jaden Woods.
yeah, I think was it from Penn State,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
he was committed to Penn State,
yeah.
and so yeah, yeah, December 4th to the 6th this year it says. So
Okay,
that's our
okay,
national Sunday. But yeah, yeah. So I don't. They're possibly going to lose. But I don't know. I can look at it and see, but I wouldn't be surprised. But that's just going to be everybody. All these kids are still, even though they're committed to Florida, they're looking elsewhere. They're going to take their visits and they may fall in love with someone else, maybe a better opportunity. Florida's running backs look pretty deep right now if you look at it. It doesn't look like Trayon Webb. I saw Trayon Webb said he's not going anywhere. So
okay. Wow.
Ball, Webb, Daniels, Jackson, was it Jackson? So I mean, Florida's pretty stout
Running
at
back.
running
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Jacoby Jackson, Ball, Daniels, and then with Webb coming back, you're 4 deep right there. So I mean,
Plus
I
the
guess
two
it was
recruits. Isn't that odd that we flipped one of the running back recruits from Florida State? Like his name's Byron Lewis. Isn't that
yeah,
odd that he would come to I think that's very telling that he would come to a stacked running back room like Florida to leave Florida State to come here. I don't know. That's just odd to me. Everything about Mike Norvell's recruiting is just odd to me. Like, bro,
yeah,
you went 13-0 in a regular season just a year ago, and you couldn't get a top 10 recruiting class. Like, I don't know,
What are they
man.
ranked?
That's just odd.
What are they
We
ranked right now? Do you know?
I think they're like in the 30s, bro.
And that's not good. And I've said it before. Whenever Florida was ranked in the 50s, I was like, that's not going to stay. I was like, first they got too much money for it. But as soon as they announced Billy Napier staying around, and recruits didn't know because it was too wishy washy about Billy
Mm.
Napier. What was his tenure going to be? So I mean, with them saying that he was going to be back another year, that really helped out Florida. Florida's ranked 15th right now. Let me see where Florida State. Ooh,
So that guy
38.
Nate in the comment right there. What's your thoughts? Should Alabama be in the playoffs or no? With Ohio State losing, who else lost? Actually, Clemson lost and Miami
Yep.
lost. I don't know
Clemson,
what the
Miami.
committee's gonna do.
I don't know, but you know who I would want to see in it?
Who?
South Carolina. South
I
Carolina.
would too, and I would be cheering for them.
And
Honestly,
and, and I get they're a 3-loss team, but
yeah.
you're looking at South Carolina, or heck, even was it Arizona State? Let's go outside the
Okay.
SEC. They only got 2
Okay. Yeah.
losses. So,
Okay.
I mean, there's some other teams that I think that should be in over Alabama. And I know Alabama fans would say, well, we beat South Carolina. You did, but man, I'm telling you, South Carolina just played so well at the end of the year now, especially even after the Alabama loss. I don't think
Yeah.
Alabama would want to see South Carolina again. So,
No, I agree with you, and I
Sellers
think
has
Shane
played so
Beamer's
well.
SEC Coach of the Year. Quite honestly,
Do what?
I agree with you, and I think Shane
No.
Beamer, their head coach, is SEC Coach of the Year. Just my
No,
opinion, but
yeah,
South Carolina, yeah.
yeah, I would think so. Let's see, SC quarterback is terrible. South Carolina quarterback is terrible.
Lenore
This dude
Sellers,
rushed like
no,
160 something yards today.
no.
Won them the game against Clemson. Nah, Rob, yes, you're trolling. There's no way.
Unless he mean SC
No.
as in USC, the Trojans. No,
Okay,
Lenore
maybe that.
Sellers can. No, Lenore Sellers is solid. He's solid.
Yeah. I mean, is he the most gifted passer? Probably not. But I mean, dude's deadly as a runner. And man, now in college football, you need that. Heck, in the NFL, they need that now. Look at
Yeah,
all the guys that run. I mean, Mahomes has had to run. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. You need running. You need quarterbacks that can run, but also can throw. But I think Sellers has just excelled so much throughout the year because he did look bad. He was banged up at the beginning of the year as well. But I think, man, he's played so well down the stretch. He's came in because was he? Isn't he a redshirt freshman? If I'm not mistaken,
I think so. I think so.
Lenore Sellers. Let me see. Yeah, man, I think Rob's messing with me. I'm pretty sure he messes with me every so often too, just to get a rise out of me.
DJ Lagway didn't even play good
Yeah,
tonight.
he's
Yeah, we kind of touched
yeah,
on that. Like the whole team just seemed
still,
something was off.
yeah, yeah. Lenore Sellers is only a freshman. Yeah, he's a freshman.
Really. Mm,
Yeah, I mean his QBR was a 70 this year, ranked 36th in the country,
I'll
17
take that.
touchdowns, 6
Right. Yeah.
interceptions.
I'll take that.
Yeah, yeah, it's that's pretty good. I mean, especially at South Carolina. I mean, he's one of the biggest reasons why they got 9 wins this year. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think they're messing with me. Definitely. I mean, it's like as a so actually he's a redshirt freshman because he did play the previous year, so he's a redshirt. So okay, but I mean, still not bad for a redshirt freshman who wasn't the starter to start the year, correct? Or
Right.
was he? I didn't think he was. So, but I mean, dude's played well this year, so I mean, I got to give it to him. So,
Hey, bro.
but I
Before I
would
hop
like to
off,
see.
bro, I've been asking around this question. I think I asked you this question: if it's playoff or bust next season for Napier. I think I
Yes,
asked you that question. Did you? I don't
yeah,
remember
you
your
did,
answer.
but it's an emphatic yes now. I mean, you have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
You can't. You have to. It's because, and the reason why it's not 4 teams anymore. It's 12. If you can't make a 12-team playoff with a
Yeah.
stud quarterback that you got in Lagway, and what you're going to have all these true freshmen who are true freshmen now. You got L.J. McCray. You got all these studs, waiting in the wings. If you can't win with them, then what are you around for? This is supposed to be your guys. You've had your guys. It's going to be your 4th year. If you can't win, then what are we doing here? But
Yeah.
I mean, tonight really didn't. But he's got to change, especially administrative. I mean, he's got to change play calling, man. He's got to
Yeah,
give it to someone else. Man, who would be great, which I know it wouldn't happen because he's at Buffalo. But I have been eyeing Joe Brady for so long because I just think his offensive mind. Because remember when he was at LSU with Joe Burrow
yeah,
and he had Jefferson and all those guys, dude. I mean, I get there were studs, but Joe Brady's offense was all. I mean, he was great. So, and then what he's doing at Buffalo now, I don't know if you can pluck him away and being an offensive play caller. He's probably wanting to be a head coach, but man, I would love to see somebody like that who's been a play caller, who's
yeah,
been successful,
yeah,
and come back into the SEC at Florida with I mean, he probably could. He can get DJ Lagway. Just imagine what he could do with him. So,
yeah,
I mean, it would be awesome. Heck, if you want to pluck a good play caller, I know it's never going to happen, but Dan Mullen was a good play caller. I mean, he's a
yeah,
good offensive coordinator,
yeah.
but he's just not a good head coach.
I wanted Malzahn before Florida State
I,
got him. I
I
pitched
would.
that idea. I pitched that idea, and people are like, "Why the hell you want Gus Malzahn as our offensive play caller?" Yeah,
Yes, yes, yeah.
yeah,
As a
man.
head coach, I mean, there's some guys that are just bad head coaches,
There you
but
go.
great
Yeah,
play callers. I
yeah,
mean, it
man.
just is what it is. You take that head coach and you don't have to make them do everything. Just make them get the offensive play calling, and players want to play for him. Heck, he was getting great talent at UCF. As soon as he announced he wasn't coming back, what is it? Three guys, 4-star players ended up leaving. So,
Mm,
I mean, he can get talent coming his way too. So, I think people would want to play for him. But yeah, I saw people making fun of Florida State. They're like, "Oh, they got Gus Malzahn." I was like, "That's not as bad as you think." I mean, Norvell hasn't showed much to me
yeah,
that especially this year. Man, that fumble inside the 5-yard line, whatever it was tonight, that might be the one of the worst play calls I've ever. I mean, like a shovel pass to the side. I don't know what that was.
yeah,
There
man.
was just some dumb play calling
There
tonight.
was a there
I,
was another there was another fumble that we had our hands on, but they don't teach people to fall on the ball. They teaching players to scoop and score.
yeah,
I think it was a couple drives early. I can't remember, but yeah, man, a couple just dumb um couple. If we're being honest, Florida State left like 2 touchdowns on the board, bro. If we're being
yeah,
honest, bro, I was not that impressed, man. I'm just being
yeah.
honest. I'll take it,
Heck,
but I wasn't that impressed.
the, the muff punt for Florida State
There
gave
you go.
Florida
Yeah.
got 3 points out of that. So, I mean, it just I don't know, man. That Florida State team, they need to stop with the water guns in practice and need to start working on other stuff. I
Bro,
don't know if you've seen that where they do water guns and stuff. Somebody said, "Let's go
no, I
Syracuse."
haven't.
Big
I
win
haven't
today.
seen. I
Dude,
haven't
you
seen
never
that.
seen
No,
that? Dude,
no.
I think they even made a skit off of that. Like,
What?
and they've done it before. And then they did it again this year. And I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Yeah,
Mhm.
they're punt returners. They're squirting water guns like throughout practice. It's the dumbest thing I've seen. Like, I just don't get it.
Bro, you got a
It
Syracuse
ain't
fan in
working.
the chat. Hey, to that Syracuse fans, thank you for
Yep.
all your hard work for beating Miami today. We appreciate that.
Thank you. I'm glad Kyle McCord showed up at the right time. Heck,
Yes.
I mean, Syracuse had a good year. Went 9-3. They
Yeah,
finished.
nine and
So
three. Yeah, definitely.
he got a big win against Miami. Who's in the ACC championship game now?
Uh,
Clemson.
believe it or not, Clemson is someone else.
Is it SMU?
Yeah, SMU. There you go. Yeah,
Oh, SMU beat the brakes off them. I think.
really.
I think SMU. Yeah. If Clemson struggled against South Carolina, which South Carolina, like I said, has been rising, but SMU is pretty good team. So let's see, 8 fumbles, 5 lost, 9 sacks. We should have beaten them worse. And
That's what I'm
Rob S,
saying.
we
That
agree
that's
there.
what I'm saying.
That
Yes,
yeah,
we should
I'll
have
be
beaten
honest with
them
you, man.
worse.
It wasn't an impressive win. It was a win.
Yeah,
Okay, beat Florida State, you're happy about it. But man, you kind of get calls for concern. You're like, all right, what's going on here? You get that many turnovers, and it's just. I wish it was 40-point victory. It'd be awesome. But I mean, I don't
I,
know.
we
It just
we don't expect nothing less from Billy Napier. Let's tell the
no,
truth. No, he don't
no.
have that. What are we gonna call it? That killer, like the
That cutthroat.
Saban or
Yeah, just
Kirby
just
Smart.
to
Yeah,
when you're down, you know how they say when you got the man down, you lift them up. No, when you got them down, you kick them while they're down.
And bury them,
Yeah,
destroy them, bro.
absolutely. Yeah, Billy Napier doesn't have that backbone, dude. He
Not
doesn't
at
have
all.
that. You
Not at
know,
all. Not at
is
all.
that gosh? But I get now with whatever happened tonight with Mike Norvell, maybe that will light something into him. Going, hey, okay, we got a little beef. You ain't gonna shake my hand. That will give you something for next year. You're going to be in the swamp. Yeah, then he needs to do it then. You
Are you
know,
going to that game, man?
no, like, dude, I'm too. I I don't do well with crowds. I don't do well
Okay.
with crowds.
Okay.
I've been to the last four. Actually, the last college game I went to was Florida State and Clemson when Sammy Watkins, DeAndre
Oh my
Hopkins.
God.
Dude,
Oh,
that was the
that's like a
last game I
decade.
went to. That
That's
was
a decade ago.
EJ Manuel was their quarterback.
Quarterback. Oh yeah, that was a decade ago. Like over.
That was yeah. That's the last game I went to, man. I get
Wow.
like I'm too big and I need like two seats. Dude, I'm 6'5", 335 or 330, I think now. So like, man, I'm too big for them seats. I've tried like uh yeah, I don't do well with those little tiny seats they usually have.
Gotcha. I'm
But
gonna definitely go to that game.
actually I wanted to go to one. I actually was getting tickets whenever Kyle Trask was quarterback for Florida. My
Okay.
wife was going to get it for me for Christmas, and we were just about to do it, but uh, she told me that she was pregnant with our son, so we kind of bypassed that. That was like the one time I was going to do it. I was like, "Oh, nice," but yeah, we that kind of threw a wrench in everything. So but SMU will beat Clemson. So I guess yeah, it is SMU and Clemson. I think so. I think SMU will. Somebody said Miami's out of the playoffs, right? Not technically.
Nah, yeah, not technically.
Yeah, not
Especially not with
technically.
Clemson losing. Not with Clemson losing. Not technically. Yeah. Nah.
Yeah. So Miami still has, I think, a 40% chance. Somebody said Sammy Watkins. What are you going to talk about Bear Bryant next? Listen, hey man,
Bro.
some of those tickets are expensive. Okay,
Bro.
my God, you know. But
There's no
yeah,
point in them even putting out them playoff predictions. I think we all can agree on that. There's no
yeah,
point in them putting out them playoff predictions at like week. They might as well just wait till the end of the season. That's what
have
this season proved to me, bro.
yeah, yeah. I
No
mean,
point.
it's really not. I never. I mean, you know, you can go by the AP poll for the whole year, then you kind of guess, but
Right,
just
but
do it at the end, and then because now you're going to cause even more controversy because you're like, well, you had somebody here, you pushed them back six, spots because they lost or a close loss. I don't know. It just do it at the end of the year, do it one time, and you can do all the other ones if you want to do it throughout the year. Maybe do a closed one. Don't make it public. The only public one that should be is at the end of the year, who
yeah,
gets in, who's out.
bro.
And
Do you think Bama's gonna get in?
should they know?
Yeah,
Do I
should they?
think?
Yeah, okay, okay. There you go.
Oh
Okay,
no.
there you go.
Should they know? Will
Right.
they? I will say they have a really. I think they would probably put them in before South Carolina. I really do.
Okay, there you go. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that.
And probably even Arizona State. And I don't know. Should they? I just don't think Alabama's a good team, like a playoff team this year, like a good playoff team. Georgia. I don't think they're gonna. Man, I really wish they would have lost to Georgia Tech. That would have that would have been
No, I
sweet.
got
But
you.
God, I just don't think Georgia because Carson Beck. I don't think he plays at a level where it's consistent enough. Jalen Monroe's the same way, but Jalen Monroe wants to think he's Peyton Manning one game and just wants to keep throwing. It's like use your legs, dude. Like that's your best attribute.
Right.
And like today, Jalen Monroe used his legs. They beat Auburn. He did a very good job of it. So, but I don't know. I don't think Alabama should get in my opinion. I mean, you got three losses. I don't really care for that too much. But if you're going to put a three-loss SEC team in, I think South Carolina, just the way they've played down the stretch, should at least get a look. You
No, I
know,
got you.
but
Miami should be out. They didn't play a
but
ranked team all year.
exactly. And that's my
Okay.
thing with Miami. They're what are they 10-2 they finished. How many games Virginia? You go look at Virginia Tech. That should have been a loss right there. I mean, you get these close losses, and I know you're not supposed to look at it, but in college football, man, if you ain't blowing someone out, you're doing something wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
and Miami's just squeaked by all year long. I mean, heck, I think they almost got beat by a cow too,
Yeah.
California, and that's one of Florida State's
Florida
only
State
wins.
wins. Yeah.
That's their only FBS, I think, win. I think the only other win was the FCS score or something.
No, you're right.
They beat.
That's why when people be like, oh well, when is winning never enough? So that's valid. I
Mhm.
always argue this: how you consistently win does matter. The manner in which you consistently win matters, bro. You can ask Miami fans that
Yeah.
right now. Billy Napier is is coach of the year. No, he's not. But
No.
nah,
No. No, man, they're just big Gator
nah,
fan. Hey, you're just trolling. I think he's trolling. I think he's messing with us. Hell no. I'll say hell no. I'll say
nah.
that laugh. No, God no.
I
Hey,
say Shane Beamer, SEC coach of the
Beamer
year,
with
but
South Carolina, I think that would
yeah, no,
miles ahead
I
of
got
Billy
Beamer.
Napier. 7-5 does not get you
Yeah,
coach
no,
there.
especially
And,
at
and
University of Florida. No,
and I know people say, well, Florida had a rough schedule. Well, if you look at it before the season, it looked bad. But if you look at it as the season progressed, it wasn't that. I mean, LSU wasn't the team. It wasn't a top 10 team like people thought. Ole Miss always crumbles at the end, and Florida State definitely was not a top 10 team. So,
yeah, man,
I mean, you look down the line now. Tennessee, man, if Billy Napier really cost that Florida Tennessee game.
we should be 8-4.
I really and I think
Yeah,
we discussed that before. At
yeah,
least, I get the DJ
yeah,
Lagway injury to Georgia. You just never know about Georgia, man. They find a way to win at the end. I don't know if how that game would have went. Would have been interesting though. I would have loved to see it. But the Tennessee game, man, I just go back and look. I rewatched it for some dumb reason. I don't know why. And I'm like, it just pissed me off. It just pissed
yeah.
me off. See, Fran Brown has never head coached before 9-3.
What y'all think about
Fran
the end of the
Brown.
game?
Fran Brown.
Who's
Who's
Fran
who?
Brown?
I don't know.
Somebody
I
asked.
don't,
Jeremy
I,
Carpenter asked, "What y'all think about the end of the game?"
okay, I'm gonna let you take over there. Because I didn't see it. I was getting the stream.
Oh, you
I,
didn't
I was
see
getting
it.
that.
Oh, you
I
didn't tell
didn't
me
see
that.
it.
Oh, you didn't tell me
No,
that.
no.
Oh,
I
dang.
saw there was pictures. Like whenever it ended, I started getting the stream ready. I started doing the thumbnail. I got to get all that ready. So I was like, boom, boom, boom. I started getting it ready. I should have looked after I ended the last stream, but
Yeah,
I was just trying to get this one going. I didn't see it.
bro. Believe me,
So
believe it or not, bro. I knew they were gonna do it because the camera panned to them before like the clock hit zero to our sideline,
yeah.
and they were waving the flag. I said, "Oh, you know what? They're gonna go plant. They're gonna. They have multiple flags. I literally said they're about to go plant those flags at midfield, and this is probably gonna. It might escalate like the Michigan Ohio State game, and literally that's what happened. But no,
And
Billy Napier went to go try to shake Mike Norvell's hand. Mike Norvell didn't even shake his hand. He was like pointing to his players, our players, planting the flag,
yeah,
and then Norvell went over and snatched our flag and threw it.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll have to look at the ending. I
yeah, it's
I
pretty
call
funny.
it I call it just rivalry. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, that's all.
it is what it is. You know what? The Ohio State Michigan, man, that seemed like it went on for like 5 minutes though.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that one I
definitely.
watched.
Yeah.
Like there was people bloody. There was people
Mhm.
that looked like they got like they
Yeah.
had to get
Mhm.
pepper sprayed. Like the whole
Yeah.
thing was like weird, man. That thing went on for a while. So it doesn't sound like the Florida State. It was just shit. Some of that stuff happens and you never even hear about it. You know what I mean? Like off field stuff. It happens. Fran Brown is the ex coach of Georgia. He is the current head coach of Syracuse. I mean, Syracuse had a good year. I think if I'm not mistaken, I remember them talking about Kyle McCord whenever he was transferring from Ohio State. I think the Syracuse head coach said, "You need me, and I need you. Come to Syracuse." If I'm not mistaken, I might be paraphrasing, but that's how Kyle McCord went to Syracuse. So Hey, 9-3, beating Miami, top 10 team. I mean, that's pretty dang good. He may I don't know ACC Coach of the Year. You look at SMU, what
Mm.
they did their first year at ACC,
I would give it to their head
dude,
coach. I would give it to
dude,
their head coach. Yeah, yeah.
dude.
You
Would
know.
that be something? SMU first year in the ACC wins it, and Miami hasn't ever
Yeah,
won
bro.
it.
Like, bro, no, you're right. No, you're right because it's been a running joke the past couple weeks
Yeah,
that the SEC is overrated. That's what other conferences been saying about us, bro. So no,
yeah.
you're right. That would be funny.
That would be hilarious. SMU comes in, wins it. Oh my
The
god.
the Pony Express boys in their first year wins the ACC.
The Mole Mustangs come in.
Yeah, the Pony Express boys. Come on, man.
Oh
Like,
my
yeah,
god! I mean, don't get me wrong. They're a good thing. Miami is trash. So 352 Sports.
their
Let's see. They dug
defense
up.
is trash. Their defense is trash.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. But their offense is explosive.
yeah, there you go.
For my
Okay, yeah, there
SMU.
you go.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. See, some Pours Outdoors, they dug up chunks of our logo and posed for pictures with them. That's what
yeah.
I don't get. I'm like, okay, what's the big deal? It's like, whatever. Like, y'all physically took something off of, when y'all were in Gainesville. So,
And our
ah,
players let that happen too. That's what
yeah.
was disappointing. Like
Well,
no
I mean, they
fight,
were like, uh, yeah, I mean, what they finished 5-7. It's like, whatever. They were just
man.
like, let's just go. So, you got, I mean, both sides, they know each other way too well. There's a bunch of guys that played in high school, either together or they played against each other. So they know each other way too well. So, I mean, it probably pissed them off because knowing who did it, and it's like, oh, hey, that ain't going to happen. You did this
Yeah,
back in high school or something. I don't know. Just maybe a friendly little rivalry or whatever, but it doesn't seem like it escalated too much. Maybe Mike Norvell, maybe they panned to him, but he just always seems like a little prick to me, anyways.
yeah, yeah. No, bro. What are they ranked
I,
nationally in recruiting? Miami. What are they ranked?
let's see, 247. I always go by the composite.
Same.
Everybody always said like whenever I do it, I used to do the recruiting heavily. Like I used to make videos, but man, it is so difficult to do
Nah.
each video every
Yeah.
time. Miami's number 10. Not bad.
Yo, shout out Muddy Waters for that comment. Because yes, they did. They stormed the field on a two and on a 6-6 Gator team 2 years ago.
They did. They
Yeah.
did. You talking about last year, right? Or
Oh, the year
not last
before.
year,
Yeah.
the year
The Jordan,
before. Yeah,
the Jordan
year
Travis
before. I thought
game.
that was the
Yeah.
stupidest thing ever. I was like, "What are they doing?"
Yeah.
You know, I was like, "This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen."
Ever, bro.
Um, yeah, it looks like Miami. They're ranked top 10 right now. So, um,
Okay.
I bet you they're still going to try to squeak them in, though. I think they're going to get Miami, and the reason why
Definitely.
uh, I think so. I really do. I know they said 40% chance. I say it's more 80% chance they're going to try
Yeah.
to get Miami in because the quarterback play, because they want to
Mm.
see the quarterbacks, man, they get the money. I mean, they
Yeah.
bring in the money. Cam Moore, potential first round pick. They're going to try to get him in. I mean, Georgia, is going to be in anyway. So Carson Beck, potential. I don't know who thinks he's a first round pick. He needs to come back, which I know Georgia fans don't want to hear that, but he is awful. Or he just needs to come back and develop a little more, let's just say.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I haven't heard since Florida's now 7-5. I heard Gasparilla Bowl. Who would Florida's matchup be? Do you know?
Um, honestly, because they beat Ohio State today, let's play Michigan. 7-5 bowls.
Wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't
I
mind that.
wouldn't
They
I
got a
wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind that. I would love for Will Johnson and some of those good players, Lovelace
Yes,
to
that's
come
what I'm
back.
saying. Yeah, come back. Yeah, see, get a look at, where we are, kind of.
It would be nice. Who I I know it's a stretch, but could it be Colorado by any chance? I would love that.
Oh, that would be fun to watch.
I
Must see
I, I would
TV.
love. I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know, but I would love. I heard someone say it before. I was like, man, that would be pretty dang cool. I was like, yeah. I mean, you got Florida Gators off defense that's been pretty good. The defensive
Yeah,
front, and then you got the Colorado offense. That offensive line's a little shaky, but can Shadur Sanders do something against the Florida Gator secondary? That would be pretty cool. But I, I'm gonna look that up. Florida. Let's see.
Bro, someone in your chat just said I want the Gators to play Miami in a bowl game.
uh, yeah, you get some revenge, but that ain't happening. um, let's see. Florida. This is 4 days ago.
I
I mean,
don't
I
think we
think.
would have an at-large bid to play a 9-win Colorado team, or I don't know I
Uh,
don't know how it works. Back, back then, years ago, like maybe like 10, 15 years ago, was kind of easy to get a projection of at-large bids who you could project with matchup in bowl games, but now it's
yeah.
no telling what they're thinking.
Right now, this is what I've gathered is they have in the Gator Bowl, Florida matching up against Duke. It's not
Hell
bad.
no.
That's not Duke's not bad now.
They're
Malik
not
Murphy.
bad, but it's like it's bad. It's like
I mean, now
the
hold on
entertainment,
now.
bro.
Hold on now. Have you seen Duke play this year? At least
Didn't they keep it close with Miami as well briefly?
they did. Listen. A lot of people did, but yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Duke's defense is not bad. Malik Murphy is not terrible. He maybe not the greatest quarterback, but he's better than Luke Krummenhoek or whatever his name is. And they got better skill players, especially their continuity on offense. Maybe their I guess their playmakers are a little better. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be mad at that. That would be a good game. I think so. I think that'd be a good game, in my opinion.
I would have to disagree, bro.
Really?
I think the only Florida Duke matchup I want to see is in basketball, bro.
I, Basketball is a different story.
Yeah,
Oh man,
that's the
I
only
would love to see that with Cooper.
against this Gator team in basketball this year. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, yeah, we did, yeah.
And I still will. The Florida basketball team, they are legit. I think they have a good shot at a national championship if they keep going. And I mean, they're only going to get better too. But
Yeah.
man, they're just dominant on offensive side, defensive side as well. So
Mhm.
um, I'm putting a lot of stock into Florida Gator basketball this year. So I think they're going to be fun to watch as the season progresses too. But we're going to find out a lot more. They're about to enter SEC play too, so we'll see how they uh, really kind of fare against tough, more I guess tougher opponents. So, but I do like the basketball team. But listen, dude, football is playing a little better. I mean, remember Kentucky used to be the little brother. I mean, you never thought about them, but they started playing better. It wouldn't be
Okay.
bad, but maybe somebody. Okay. Who would it be though? That's the only thing they're telling me right now is Duke. Eh, it wouldn't be terrible. Let's see. Well, heck, what does Duke have? Don't they have 9 wins this year?
That's why it's odd. Like, I think they do.
What?
That's why it's odd. Like, why would we how could we get an at-large bid to play Duke anyways? Like,
I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. Uh, I mean, the Gator Bowl would be cool to have the Gators in it, but maybe somebody else. I mean,
okay, they're not. Yeah,
like I
you're right.
said,
Hey, you're right. They're 9-3.
yeah,
Somebody just put that in the chat.
I thought so. So I mean, it's not out of the question. Get Colorado. Hey, hey, if Arizona State don't get it, let's play them. I love to get I love to get a look at their wide receivers so Florida can get them in the portal.
Man.
I mean, it seems like
I don't know what's going through that kid Solomon Thomas, that like 5-star offensive tackle's head right now at
yeah.
Florida State. I don't know what's going through his head, man. I was like, all right, man, you could come join what we got going on over here, but I don't know, man.
Exactly. Florida State. You got to look at it and go, what do they got right now? I mean, what do they got?
Yeah.
I mean, I get you can go into the portal and you can do all that stuff over again, but man, you can't keep going into the portal and thinking it's going to keep working. It's a long term uh, fix.
And
So,
how
I
do you
mean,
sell 2-10?
I,
How
I
do
don't
you
know.
sell a 2-10 season?
I don't know. Billy Napier got Lagway after 5-7. So
Okay, no, I give you that. That's right. No, you're right.
I
No, you're
mean,
right. No,
I mean,
no,
hey,
you're
if
right.
you, I mean, some people are just a great salesman. Now, is Norvell? It doesn't sound like it, but um, I don't know. But like you said, it's hard to sell 2-10 in the ACC though. At least
Bro,
Florida was 5-6.
bro, I
I
never
mean,
asked you this. What's your favorite Florida State memory, man? What's your favorite game? You got a favorite one or best memory or
my
you go first and I'll tell you mine. No, you go first. You go first. I'll listen.
the blood game.
Okay.
That was the favorite one. Now, the greatest play in Florida State is the Kadarius Toney when he like blew two FSU's kneecaps, like their ACL, like he juked like multiple defenders. That's probably my favorite play. But favorite game is probably the Tim Tebow, the blood game. Whenever I mean they beat him what 45 or whatever it was. That's probably I mean that's going to be my favorite. Now, what's yours?
I'm gonna start off with my worst one. My worst Florida State memory is
Mhm.
actually the very first game I've ever watched in a rivalry, bro. As a little kid, um, it was 2003, bro. It was Chris Rich, the PK Sam, that last second touchdown, bro.
Yeah. Oh God. And
Yeah,
you went to the game, or did you watch it on TV, or
I
went to it?
watched it on TV, bro.
Oh,
Uh, it was the day I just decided to be a Gator fan because I was just
yeah,
that much of a fan of Chris Leak, and
yeah.
and then that happened. That was the biggest. I think that's the biggest gut punch loss we've had to Florida State, unless you can think of something else.
Nah, the worst one I remember is the one whenever they won or whenever they lost 27-2. They got a safety in that freaking game.
Oh
That's the worst. That was the worst game. Do you remember that? You know which one I'm talking
yes,
about?
bro. Yes.
That's the worst. That's the worst game.
Oh
Like hands
god.
down, not even close. It was god
Oh
awful.
god.
That was god awful. Uh, but Oh, good. Now, the day I became a Florida Gator fan was back in 1997 when Fred Taylor was the running back. That was the
Mhm.
first game I went to a Florida. It was Florida Auburn at Auburn, and I got to see. Was I think Jesse Palmer was making his first career start that game, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if you
Okay.
he's on SEC Network and all that kind of stuff, but I'm
We
pretty
lost
sure
that
Jesse
game.
Palmer was making his first career start. Fred
Yeah.
Taylor was a senior running back. They were coming off a national championship that year. Florida was so that was my first game, and whenever I first got to see Florida, I was 8 years old, and that's whenever I became a fan of them,
I
a
got
big
you.
fan. So
I got you.
uh,
Okay.
that I mean, I guess that memory wise, that might be because I was a kid. That was my first game. They ended up winning that game in a close one, um, but it was freezing that day. I think if I remember right. but
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 I can tell you my favorite one. No, I was born. Look, I was born in '95. No, I don't remember watching this damn game. But I mean, I think the greatest memory. I think the best game in Gator history until otherwise is the '96 national championship game when we
oh
beat Florida
god,
State 52-20.
oh
Fun fact:
yeah,
uh, two of my high school coaches played on that team. So shout out to starting safety Shay Showers, number 2, and linebacker number 27, Demetri Jackson. They were my coaches back in Fort White, Florida. So shout out to them. They're part of that national championship team.
nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was probably the best. I mean, beating Florida State, any time is awesome, but beating them in a national championship is even better. I mean,
Bro, how
back
many
in the
people
day,
can say
man.
they done that to their rivals?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
I don't know many programs that can say they done that, bro.
No, I mean, no, I mean to rivals because I mean you could say big games. So Auburn, Clemson, they weren't really rivals. I mean, they were just good at the time. So no, not immediate rivals. Um, no, and then beating the mess out of them though.
Yeah, that too.
That was the best thing.
Yeah.
Beating the absolute mess out of them. So, but yeah, I kind of came in at the tail end. After Florida winning their first national championship. That's whenever it was after that. That's whenever I became a big fan of them. But I got to see the Tim Tebow, the Chris Elite days. Me and my old boss were talking about some of the best quarterbacks of all time, and he thinks Shane Matthews is probably the best that he's ever seen. Him and Danny Werfel are probably two of the best.
Okay.
I was like, man, I like Tim Tebow, Chris Leak. Those are, but I grew up with them. I grew up
Yeah,
watching them. So Rex
absolutely.
Grossman, got to see Rex Grossman play. So, um, but you going back on memories, you tell man, golly, I'm getting old. I'm getting old thinking about this. Oh man, it puts in perspective how old you get after thinking about all the games you've watched over the past years. But man, I'm hoping Florida's got a good quarterback for the future with DJ Lagway. It looks good. I know tonight maybe didn't show it, but man, maybe DJ Lagway be that name on the top 5 list of Florida Gators. Let's see, Rex Grossman snubbed of the Heisman. Man, I see that so much, and rightfully so. He probably was, but
Bro, I got
uh,
into an argument. I meant to tell you this. I got into an argument a couple of weeks ago, and we finna put this to rest. If you in the chat, we not finna entertain this, bro. I had a goofy Seminole fan tell me Peter Warwick was better than Percy, and I said no for one reason, bro. You could have put Percy anywhere on that field. If you can't put Peter Warwick in that backfield and he can't produce, we finna end it. I had to end that argument right there, bro, and I did, bro. Like, what are you finna justify to me? Like, no, Percy was better.
dude, Percy Harvin. Well, he's got to be in top 25 as the most most explosive college football players of all time.
I mean,
He's
he's in
up
my
there with
top
Reggie
five.
Bush. Yeah, he's up there with Reggie Bush.
Yeah,
He's up there with Ricky Williams. He's up there with, some of the best backs. But the thing is, he wasn't technically a back. He
there
was
you go.
a wide receiver, running back. They had him line up as a quarterback. They had him line up everywhere. And the dude could, he was listen, Reggie Bush was fantastic, but man, Percy Harvin just whenever he hit another gear, you weren't catching him.
Yeah,
And his vision was. I get he had. I know he was struggling with the migraines even at Florida, but man, dude, whenever he was on, dude, he was on that, and he was perfect for the Urban Meyer offense too. So,
yeah,
yeah, Percy Harvin, man, that's like the one guy. I have his jersey autographed. I have it in a I have it in a thing. I was like, that was my one of my
really.
favorite players. Just watching because of
Yeah,
how good he was, man. It was just,
yeah,
and I really thought even when Kadarius Toney was at Florida, I thought, man, he could be that next Percy Harvin. Kadarius Toney was great, but Percy Harvin was special, man.
yeah. Nah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
absolutely special.
They keep
But
trying to compare. They try to compare Chris Rainey and Kadarius Tony. Yeah, those guys were good players. I don't want to belittle what they
absolutely,
did, but no,
yeah,
they weren't Percy. Now Percy
no,
Harvin, bro, just like Reggie Bush, who you just mentioned. I honestly thought he was gonna score every time he touched the ball.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
bro. That's the feeling I got with Percy.
yeah, and he would make something out of nothing. He was just that
Yes,
it was just amazing how he was. He was, like Jesus in cleats.
bro. That
He was
first
a one
step,
of one.
that first step is legendary.
Oh yeah.
That
Uh,
first step was legendary.
and I know when Eugene Wilson, whenever he came on to Florida, people were trying to say, "Oh, he could be the next Percy Harvin."
They
I
always say
said, "There will
no.
never be another
Be
Percy
another
Harvin.
Percy Harvin. No, there
There's
won't.
not going to be another Percy Harvin. Percy
There's
Harvin
not,
is a
bro.
one of one. It just is what it is." I was like, "There's not going to be another one." He was just so great.
Right.
From a true freshman, all the way till he's a junior.
Hmm.
He was amazing. So
Yeah, bro.
yeah, I hate when people try to compare. You can compare to, like, if you want to do a Jeff Dims or like Damian Pierce.
There
I
you
think
go.
Jane Ball looks like Damian Pierce to me. He's kind of got that body type, the way he moves. It almost kind of looks similar. I think Jane Ball is a little taller, of course, but I don't know. He reminds me of that. He's got that sudden movement, and he's a big back. I have no problem with that because Damian Pierce didn't change the game. To me, Percy Harvin changed the game, and that's what makes you great. Is can you change the game? How do you do it? The Reggie Bushes, the Percy Harvins, of the world. So to me, unless you change the game, you, when you change the game, it's hard to compare anybody to you anymore. So,
That's
and
bro.
that's
That's
not.
why. That's why I couldn't stand that 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 Netflix special, the Swamp Kings, bro. It made Percy Harvin seem like a footnote.
Yeah,
I couldn't
I don't
stand it, bro.
understand that.
It made him like he was just not that guy or something.
I hate it. I actually hated that. I
I
did
hated
not
that
like.
shit, bro.
I hated it. I hate. They didn't. They said they didn't even talk about 10% of really what was going on behind. I
Bro,
mean, they
seriously, they
didn't even
didn't.
they didn't even touch on. I wanted the shit they talked about. Sorry, the but it pisses me that whole show pissed me off. I wanted to know stuff I didn't know about. I knew all that shit. I didn't
Yeah,
need like I knew all that. I was like, okay, they worked out. They're workout warriors. Tim Tebow, Brandon Spikes, how they did. I knew all the stuff they did. I mean, I want to know the stuff that happened behind the scenes. I want to know the juicy stuff. I mean, what was going on? But all the stuff they talked about, I was like, I already knew this.
I already
Like,
knew that. Yeah, I already knew that. You
I
could
was
have
like,
got
okay,
on
like,
Google and found that out yourself.
yeah,
Like,
I mean,
yeah, like,
they left out so much, in that, and
bro,
that's
that
just
comment
me.
right there
Let's see,
got it.
no Joe Hayden,
No Joe Hayden, Coop,
Riley
no
Cooper,
Harvin,
yeah,
bro. They spoke about Percy a little bit, but not they
yeah,
bro, they barely even talked about Chris Leak.
yeah. And Chris Leak was a huge part of why the Florida Gators
Bro,
became for. Chris Leak was a damn good quarterback. Just Tim Tebow got the shine. It's kind of like, not really going to say the same thing. I don't want to say Graham Mertz and DJ Lagway were the same as Chris Leak and Tebow, but it kind of had that same feel. You knew you had Tebow, a 5-star quarterback, best, Gatorade player, what is it, All American or whatever. So he was waiting in the wings. So he got a lot of the credit, got a lot of the recognition. But man, Chris Leak doesn't get a lot. I mean, I
not
think
at
he did
all.
a video. He
Not
did
at
a
all.
video where he went on campus and was going to see people's reactions to him being on campus. Not a single person recognized him.
Which is
And
heartbreaking.
I felt so bad. I was like, God, Lee. I said, what this dude? I mean, dude, he was very accurate. He was a very accurate quarterback, smart quarterback. Even Urban Meyer talks, I mean, very highly of him. So, but I just hated that. I was like, man, just kind of like another footnote, you know. But I just hated that friggin' show. I was so excited about it. I was like, man, I can't. I don't know what they're gonna tell. I was like, it's gonna be some weird shit they're about to tell, and they really didn't say anything. Like there was
At all, bro.
the tell-all book. They didn't tell a damn thing that we didn't know already.
So
Even if you were not even an avid, I mean, if you paid attention to the Florida Gators back then, you knew all that.
yeah.
You know, it just kind of irritated me. If only we kept Cam Newton when we win another natty. I don't even want to think about that. I think they talked more about Cam Newton than they did Percy Harvin.
Bro, I actually believe you, bro. I hated it, bro. I hated that
uh,
shit, bro. I hated that
yeah,
documentary, bro.
I see it pop up every now and then on Netflix. I'm like, I don't want to watch that crap again. It. Let's
I
see,
don't like, bro,
they
bro,
bashed Leak. Mullen and Myers said he wasn't a fit for our offense. He won you a ring. Dang. I didn't. Yeah, I can't even remember. I don't know that. I was kind of blanked out because I was like, man, this crap was so
bro,
stupid.
bro. You know our Ring of Honor in the stadium in Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, the Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
I don't even much like that, man. Like,
yeah,
what? Why can't we do what Florida State, even Tennessee do? They just recognize great players that wore their uniforms, bro. They got
yeah.
them. They got them plastered and circled around the stands. They don't have to be rings of honor. Like they got Emmett Smith up there because he was a league MVP in the Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
and they got the Heisman Trophy winners and Wilbur Marshall. But why is Percy? Why is Chris Leak? Why is Fred Taylor? Why are none of
Bro.
these guys up there? I don't get that. That bothers me. I don't know. I
Fred
don't really like that.
Fred Taylor's been not only by college football or by the Florida Gators, but NFL too. He doesn't get the I'm a Jacksonville Jaguar fan. He played on
Mm,
a crappy Jacksonville Jaguar team, but
yeah.
he was their offense.
Well,
And Fred Taylor
y'all
not
went to back to back ACC championships though.
AFC, yeah. Yeah, and it was because of him. Well, Mark Brunell, but yeah, I mean, Mark Brunell was a good quarterback back then as well. But
Okay.
Fred Taylor, man, was a great running back, and how he's not in the Hall of Fame, but Terrell Davis is, and he only played like 4 years. pisses me off. It's like, okay, Terrell Davis, he won a Super Bowl, was Super Bowl MVP. He had John Elway as his quarterback. Okay, you were
Yeah,
going to win. John Elway is a damn good quarterback. Fred Taylor had Mark Brunell, and then he had Byron Leftwich down. Like,
yeah.
he didn't have great quarterback play. I mean, he didn't have as great like what Terrell Davis or some of these other quarterbacks had, in their playing days. So Fred Taylor gets crapped on too much, man. He's my favorite. He's my favorite Florida Gator
Oh,
of
really?
all time. I know. Yes, yes. He's my. Like I said, I love Percy Harvin, but me seeing Fred Taylor live, I got to see him. It's kind of more sentimental, but he also played for my Jacksonville Jaguars. So to me, Fred Taylor was because man, he was just a guy. What he almost averaged 5 yards per carry. He was reliable. Hardly ever got hurt.
11,000 career yards.
11,000 career yards with Jacksonville. With
Yeah.
Jack, yeah, I got to emphasize that with Jacksonville. So Fred Taylor and MJ, Maurice Jones-Drew gave the 17-0 Patriots the playoffs all they could handle. God, dude, listen, Maurice Jones-Drew was awesome, but Fred Taylor by far the best back that Jackson was a but I know people want to say Emmitt Smith. You got Ernest Graham, Neil Anderson. There's some great running backs over Florida Gators time, but to me, Fred Taylor is probably, in my opinion, the best. Eric Rett, Eric Rett.
Right.
I don't want to leave anybody off, but there's some great backs. But yeah,
I
man,
think
I
Mike.
think
I think Mike Gillisley might be the most underrated running back we've had,
Mike
bro.
Gillisley. I haven't heard that name in forever.
That 2012 season, he went over 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
Remember, we won 11 games that
he
season,
did.
bro. And that
He
wasn't a
did.
great Florida Gator offense that year
Uh-uh.
with Driscoll.
No,
So,
no, God, no. Driscoll.
oh, that's a classic. Hey, bro, that's a classic Gator game. That 2012 Florida and Florida State game, we went into the swamp. I seen somebody comment that when who was that? I think it was Lorente McCray or something that hit
Yeah,
EJ Manuel and forced that fumble, changed the game.
I have to go. But what year was that? 2012?
2012, yeah,
2012.
the
I have
EJ
to go back and
Manuel
look.
game and Jeff Driscoll game. We went into the
Yeah,
Doak Campbell. Oh, Antonio Morrison.
Taylor
Antonio
Morrison.
Morrison, that's who it was.
Okay,
Forced that
okay.
fumble.
Is Antonio Morrison still playing in the NFL? I know he played with the Colts. I don't know if, or he probably not. That's a while back. So, I know he played with the Colts for a minute. See, the way Derrick Henry, a Jacksonville legend, might break Emmett's record, the way he's still producing. Yeah, it wouldn't bother me. I don't know, man. I listen. Emmitt Smith's a great back, but to me, just the way I don't know the way I was brought up, Fred Taylor, and the way I got to watch him. Fred Taylor to me was, and I got to watch Emmitt Smith even when he was at Florida. Heck, he played right down the road. He played for Escambia High School over here in Pensacola, and same high school as Trent Richardson. I got to
Trent
see Trent
Richardson.
Richardson. Let me tell you something, man. Trent Richardson, I thought would have been freaking amazing. Not
Yeah,
he was awesome at Alabama, but I thought he would have been a great NFL back.
yeah.
His freaking legs were, I couldn't even fit him in this camera. His legs as a high school, and I'm not trying to sound perverted or nothing, but his legs were like freaking tree trunks, dude.
Mm,
Hey, he was so stout. And I went to the game where it put him on the map and it bumped him to top 10 player in the country when he rushed for 417 yards, had like 7 touchdowns in one
man,
game. Went to that game. He was at, I mean, nobody could tackle him.
I
Nobody
got
could tackle him. It was just he was a freak, dude. He was on a bad team though. He was on a very very bad team, but he
got you.
was their entire offense. But that's a guy that I would have thought would have been amazing. I mean, he was great in college, but I thought he would have been even better in NFL. But for whatever reason, it didn't work out for him. So
Bro,
I
y'all
see
got
you paying attention to this B1.
bro, y'all got
No,
another underrated receiver, bro.
where at?
No, yeah, the Jaguars, bro. Y'all got one of the most underrated receivers ever. Jimmy
We're
Smith.
talking, bro. Oh, Jimmy Smith. Oh, heck, I'll raise you one. Keenan McCardell. Keenan McCardell is probably the most under. Jimmy Smith was a badass. I
Yeah.
think he gets more recognition, but Keenan McCardell doesn't get the recognition he deserves.
Mm,
But Jimmy Smith, well, oh man, he was a badass. Can't remember where Jacksonville got him. He was with someone before they got him. I can't remember. Somebody say you watching a BYU game. I'm not, but I'm about to turn it on.
Who are they
uh,
playing?
I can't remember. I'm gonna find out
Okay.
though. Let's see here. Utah or Houston, maybe. Yeah, here we go. I gotta stream all these games on YouTube because I don't pay for ESPN.
Houston. Okay.
I don't.
Nobody
I
knows
don't.
what happened to Justin Blackman, man. Had over 1,000 yards one season, and nobody knows what happened to that guy.
Dude, he could not stay sober. Is what his problem was. He
Okay.
was awful. Yeah, yeah. God, Justin Blackman was another one out of Oklahoma State. I thought he would have been something. BYU, they're up 21-10. Oh, well, I guess so. BYU is another team, 9-2. If they win tonight, they'll be 10-2. Maybe that's a team. Oh man, I don't want to see BYU in the playoffs. They suck.
Oh, I
Didn't
get.
they?
Okay. So I get what he's saying. If BYU loses, then Colorado's in the Big 12 championship game.
Okay, so explain this to me. So if Colorado makes it to the Big 12 championship game,
They get an
they
automatic
win it,
bid. I think they get
and
an
they
automatic.
win, they're automatically in. Correct? That's
I
how that
think yeah,
works.
that's how it works. Yes.
That and they would want Colorado would bring so much. See, they
Yeah,
want teams that bring.
that
They
would be
want teams
entertaining.
that. Oh
Yeah,
man, they would want teams to bring. So that would be interesting. But what about Ole Miss? Is Ole Miss out on the outside looking still?
that's crazy. That's even a question after we
It,
upset them.
it
That's
is,
even
but
crazy.
they're 9-3 with Alabama.
That's
They're
crazy.
ranked. What were they ranked? CFP. I don't know, man. Let's see.
The fact that that's even a valid question you just asked me is like, dang, that's
I hate to
crazy.
say, yeah. Let's see. Whoever wins the conference makes the playoffs, and see. Oh, yeah. Looks like BYU is probably going to win this game. They're already about to score again. So if okay, man, I would love to see Colorado in. I would. I wouldn't mind it. Just to
I,
kind of a lot of eyes will be on that game. Miami probably still got to get in. I think I hate to say it, I think they will. I think it's more of an 80% chance they're going to make it, in my opinion.
bro, do you think the SEC now is like too top heavy?
Um, right now, yeah, but I don't know. I gotta walk around. I gotta get a charger for my phone. My phone's like almost
You good, man?
no. Like I mean, the top heavy. You got what is it? Alabama, Georgia,
Texas.
Ole Miss, Texas is probably Texas. Yeah, and that's my national championship pick, in my opinion. Oh yeah, I guess Texas A&M is out of it. Texas A&M would have been a team. Well, they got 4 losses now, don't they?
Right. They got to bring back divisions. Yes, they do. I don't even know why they got rid of that to begin with. Yeah.
So that was stupid to me.
Yeah.
Why would they get away from the East and West? And you know what? It's about midway through the year I had to stop thinking like that because I was still going. Okay, Tennessee's in the East, and I was going down the list. I was like, wait a minute, they don't even do that no more. So I wish they would bring that back because that's to me that's a lot better. You know, put Oklahoma on one side, put Texas on whichever side, and just that's all you had to do. You know, but whatever. I do hate that. Let's see. The Big Ten is something to watch. Indiana 1 loss, Penn State 1 loss, undefeated Oregon 2 loss, Ohio State 2. Yeah, Penn State. I mean, I've just never been. I don't know what it is about Penn State and James Franklin. I just feel like they're going to end up losing it at the end or whatever. It's always a choke job with James Franklin.
That's how I feel about Oregon. Always.
And I agree there. But heck, I mean, Oregon almost had an upset. Was a couple weeks ago with Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin was very close to
Yeah.
upsetting them. Man, it's going to be interesting now. The the regular season's done. Now you're going to get into conference championship play. It's going to be interesting how the year goes, and then the bowl games. How are they going to go? I hope now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm talking to you, maybe Duke isn't the greatest matchup I want to see because maybe a more tougher opponent.
There you go.
But,
That's what I was thinking too.
but Michigan, that day back for Michigan
They
is
suck, but
terrible.
they just beat an
He
Ohio
is.
State team.
They did, but uh, God, dude, that Michigan should have won that game by probably 2
Bro, did you
touchdowns.
read that comment right there
And,
from Muddy Waters right there?
uh,
This is what I'm talking about. If Boise wins the Mountain West, they get an automatic bid and a bye week, bro. Which is
by
I don't get that.
yeah, because we all know Boise State's a one man show.
There
You
you
know
go.
who it
Like,
is. It's it's Ashton
like,
Genty,
like,
and and you know a great team is going to shut that down, and they're going to make them want. They're going to go, okay, try to beat us with something else, and they're not going to be able to, you know. So that I don't know. A Mountain West team gonna listen. Master Gentry's had a great year. He's up for Heisman talks. I don't know if he'll win it, but he probably should. I mean, it's a great year he had, but come on, let's be honest. As a team, do you think Boise State's really going to even have a shot at winning a game, being close? You know, I don't know.
no,
No, I mean,
honestly,
just
no. That's
uh,
why it's hard for us over here in the SEC to give like credit to these other conferences, man. It's like people will sit there and say the SEC is overrated. Come face the competition we do on a weekly basis, bro. Like y'all not doing this, bro. Nobody cares about Minnesota, Iowa, Purdue over in the Big Ten. Y'all don't get respect on a week to week basis. Ohio State beating those teams,
yeah, your team is called a Boilermakers. Okay, you're not taking them that serious.
bro. Like I don't know, man. That's been a running joke the last couple of weeks that the SEC is
Yeah.
overrated. So
See, oh, somebody said Miami's lost hurts Cam Ward's Heisman chance, even though he had a slim chance. It's either Genty or Hunter. I keep hearing Hunter. I guess how would Hunter have it? I don't. I mean, I get he plays both ways and he's great. He's to me, he should be the number one overall pick. If it's Jacksonville, they need to take him in a heartbeat. And here's my thing about Travis Hunter, and I'm going to make a video on this. The reason why I would take Travis Hunter number one overall, you know how some people they take a pick, you're like, well, he could become a bust. Okay, let's say you want to use him as a corner and he doesn't work out. The son of a bitch can play wide receiver. I got a 2-for-1 right there.
yeah,
I got a two.
yeah, definitely. No, you good.
So, so I mean, that's my thing. That's my thought.
Mhm. Damn. So y'all do have the number one pick this year?
Suck. I think Trevor Lawrence is coming back this week,
Mm,
which it ain't gonna matter. But I feel bad for Trevor Lawrence. I think if he was with any other team, he'd probably be good. But with Jacksonville, they're just a crap franchise. They're like what Washington used to be
gotcha.
before Daniels. They're just
Gotcha.
bad. Right now, yes, Jacksonville owns the top pick. So I I would take, like I said, I just don't know this year quarterback class. And I know the quarterbacks always, they're always the biggest talking point. And I like Quinn Ewers. I like Cam Ward, but man, they just got so many questions about them this
Mm,
year, especially the quarterback class. You got Shadur Sanders who holds the ball way too long than what he needs. He can't do that in the NFL. He
right.
can't hold the ball like it. Cam Ward, he's had a fumbling issue and he takes horrible chances. Like he'll be going out of bounds, throwing the ball across his body, going in the middle of the field. Like it's the weirdest thing.
Mm,
Quinn Ewers, the son of a gun can't stay healthy. He's always hurt,
there you
you
go.
know? And so like there's questions back. Carson Beck, I don't even think that's questionable anymore. He's not good. But in this year's class, it's like, so if Jacksonville holds the one spot, go with the stud playmaker with Travis Hunter. I mean, to me, it's an easy pick. Um, but for the Heisman thing, listen, even though Travis Hunter could be the number one, to me, he's the number one player of this draft. It's not even close. Uh, but him not winning the Heisman doesn't mean that he's not.
Okay.
I look up, dude. He's rushing 200 yards. I get it's the Mountain West, but friggin'
Right.
dude's rushing all over the place. So, I mean, if it's any year to give it to a running back or give it to somebody out in the Mountain West, why not this year? So,
Mhm.
but I don't know. That's just me. Let's see what I don't care what anyone says. I want the Lions to win. Dan Campbell's a freaking awesome and deserves a ring. The way they're playing, I don't know. Do you keep up with NFL a whole
Yeah,
lot,
I'm a
Vader?
Buccaneer fan, bro.
Oh, yo. So why isn't Kyle? Why haven't
Kyle Trask
Kyle
got a
Trask
fair
gotten a
shot in the
chance?
NFL. I don't know.
Dude, pisses me off.
And me too.
Pisses me off.
Breaks my
Listen, and
heart.
Baker Mayfield's done great for y'all. Baker Mayfield's done great, but come on. Give Kyle Trask a shot. I felt like he done well in the preseason enough. I was like, maybe
He
a
always do
team would
well in
trade
preseason.
for him.
He always does
Yeah.
well in preseason, bro. That's what's
I was like,
crazy.
man, wow. I mean, you got so many teams like the freaking Giants could use. He don't need to go there with that dumpster fire. No, Giants are way worse of a freaking franchise right
Man,
now.
man.
uh, he said, "Sorry for your pain. Y'all have 2 rings to make up for it. Yeah, y'all had Tom Brady. Yeah, no sympathy for me.
And we have the greatest defense, personally, in my opinion, ever. Our O2 squad, our O2 Bucks.
Better than 85 Bears.
Let's count it out. We had
All right,
Warren
go ahead.
Sapp,
Go
Derek
ahead.
Brooks, Rondé Barber,
Yeah,
John
John
Lynch,
Lynch,
and I wouldn't say he was an all-time great, but a good player in Simeon Rice.
Simeon Rice. Who's y'all's other strong safety? Gosh dang it! Wasn't he the Super Bowl MVP or no? He wasn't.
Yeah,
Can't
bro, he
remember his
caught 2
name.
picks though. I think it was Dwight something.
I can't
Um,
remember his name.
I can't either. Dang.
Yeah, yeah, he was like Super Bowl MVP or something. I had an autographed card of him. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't even know what I did with it now.
Oh, you mentioned Keenan
Uh,
McCardell. He was on that squad. We had Keenan
he
McCardell,
was.
Keyshawn Johnson. Yeah.
Was. That's right. Well, hold on now. What about the 2017 Jags defense now?
I had Jalen Ramsey and who else?
They had AJ Bouye, Calais
Okay.
Campbell, Malik
Okay.
Jackson. They had
Are those all-time greats
no,
besides
no,
Jalen
no,
Ramsey?
no. Miles Jack, Tevin Smith. I don't know if you.
Tevin Smith, that's a Seminole.
Yeah, Tevin Smith was a heck. I think Taven Bryan was on that squad too.
Okay.
By the way,
Okay.
do you remember
I
him?
do. I do.
Former Florida Gator
Yeah.
who they drafted him in the first round. I was like, I don't know about that, but
Interior line, defensive lineman, I believe.
yeah, uh,
Y'all had Leonard Fournette on that team. Y'all had Lenny on that team.
yeah, yes. Uh,
Was
I
Blake
mean,
Bortles your quarterback that year?
don't say that name.
Yeah, man.
But yes it was. Yes, it
Oh
was.
man.
Old Bortles. Old Bortles. Yeah, that wasn't. Miles Jack wasn't down even if Brady said it. Yeah, he was. Oh, Unique Ngakwe. Yeah, somebody said unique. Yeah, Unique Ngakwe. But again, it's nowhere near the horse that have Derek Brooks. But for some reason, that Jacksonville defense that year,
Wait,
that
Muddy
was
Waters, are you a
insane
Jags fan?
defense.
Is he a Jags fan too?
I think so. I believe
Oh
so.
wow. Okay.
10-point lead, 5 minutes left. We forced a fumble, so yeah, and returned it for a touchdown and blew him down. Yeah, because who did that? It was the little running back. Was it Dion? Can't remember his last name now. They stripped him. Should have. It was the AFC Championship game, and man, I remember sitting there. I thought Jacksonville was going to do it. I was like, they're going to beat fucking
I
Brady.
was
I was like,
cheering for
what?
y'all, man. Hold it
Oh,
down for Florida. I
I
was cheering
think
for
I,
y'all.
I think the whole country was, and then And then once Brady started doing that freaking Brady crap, and I was like, "Yeah, that's it." See, I thought the Jags would win the Super Bowl that year. They would have beat the Eagles, and I will put that on everything.
Yeah.
They would have beat the Eagles. They would have beat Nick Foles. Nick Foles would have never got all the money, and Jacksonville would have gave him. It was Nick Foles was a freaking quarterback for Jacksonville for a minute. He stole a bunch of money. Gronk was even out of the game in the third. Yeah, because he took a big shot. I think who was it that hit the shit out of him? I can't remember now. Was it Church? I think it might have been Barry Church. I don't know if you remember him. He used to play for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I do.
I think Barry
Safety.
Church knocked the shit out of him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
safety. Yeah.
I believe it
Have y'all
was.
been back to the playoffs since?
Oh, yes, with Trevor Lawrence. Lost to the Chiefs.
Gotcha.
Yep. It actually was a decent game, but yeah, because they beat the Chargers. Was it 22? I think. Yeah, I think it was 22. They beat the Chargers when the Chargers had like a 24-0 lead in the AFC wild card, and I thought the game was over. Jacksonville came back all the way back and upset them. Then next round they played the Chiefs. Yeah, 2 years ago. 28 point Chargers comeback. Oh God, I thought it was more. I thought it was less. Gee. Yeah, I thought that game was over. But
Gotcha.
now will they be back anytime soon? Probably not.
Same over here,
hey,
man. Same with my
hey,
Bucks, man.
the owner for the Jaguars said this was the most. What was it? Muddy will probably be able to say it better. The, the most complete team or the most I don't know what it was. It was something stupid. I was like, "This is the most impressive team we've ever had," or something like that we've ever put together. And then at week 11 or 12, whatever it is now, they're up for the number one overall pick. So-
I'm a
If I was a
49ers fan and
Jags
we
fan,
suck now too. Y'all don't suck. 49ers don't suck.
no.
Shout out Ricky Pearsall. They don't suck. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
Brock Purdy was out last week. They got beat
Yep.
down by was it the Packers? I believe it was.
Mhm.
So yeah, their starting quarterback. They had Brandon Allen, I think it was former. I think he played for Arkansas. I'm pretty sure if that's the same one. He wasn't very good with them. So uh, that seed in the 49ers offense. Not from what I saw from that.
Gotcha.
I was like, oh my God, that was bad. Yeah. Let's see. He said this was the most talented team in Jaguars history. That's what the Jaguars owner said. The most talented team in Jags history.
Who do y'all have?
And
Y'all still got ETN. Y'all still got
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor
Oh,
Lawrence. Receiver. Who do y'all have? Receivers.
Christian Kirk. Brian Thomas Jr. is probably the best. I mean,
Brian Thomas Jr. That's the
yeah,
name I was thinking of. LSU
yes,
receiver. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
yeah. Evan Ingram, tight end.
Mhm.
Um, they got rid of Calvin Ridley, even though he's actually playing better with Tennessee right now. Who they got hurt right now though? I mean, they're injury. They got freaking injuries everywhere. But
Oh,
heck, I
Tank
mean,
Bigsby.
Tank Bigsby's. I was going to say that Travis Etienne's really not their best back. Tank Bigsby to
Yeah,
me is
yeah,
their
for sure.
best
Yeah.
back.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Gabriel Davis, Gabe Davis. I think
Gabe
he's out for the
Davis.
year.
That's what I was thinking of too.
Yeah,
Came from
He's
Buffalo.
out.
Yep.
He's out for the year, I believe. Um, oh, dude, and then I think they traded like Cam Robinson to who did they trade him to? I can't remember now, but I mean, Jaguars were trying to trade people just to kind of get draft capital. They're terrible. I mean, I just want one of my football teams to just really start winning again. If I had to pick, I would rather the Florida Gators. Uh, but
Same.
Jacksonville, I just
Let me
don't
ask
know.
you something. I'm glad you said that. Let me ask you something, bro. When your Jags lose, are you even as like equally as pissed when the Gators lose, bro?
No, not even close.
Same, bro. When
No,
my Bucks
not even close.
lose, I'm nowhere near as pissed as when my Gators
Mm-mm.
lose, bro.
Nope,
Nowhere
not
near as
even
pissed.
close. And I've been, like I said, I've been a lifelong Jags fan since they were expansion team.
Same. I was
And
lifelong Buck.
but
Yep.
I think because they have sucked for so long. Like the
It's like
only time
okay.
the only time I've ever been mad was the Patriots Jacksonville 2017 game whenever Jags had a chance to beat Brady. I was more deflated because I knew that was going to be the closest that I probably will ever see Jacksonville getting close to a Super Bowl in my lifetime. I'm thinking, and it's pretty much been spot on because it's 2024 and they haven't gotten close again.
Bro, hey, bro, read that comment, man. Bro, read that comment, dude. When
By who?
watching Urban becoming my childhood idol and
Oh,
destroying the team.
hey, you know what was heartbreaking? Hey, buddy, that's man, you worded that so. Hey, heartbreaking too. And he talks about Urban Meyer. Come on, it's a check. Watch Urban come in childhood idol, come and destroy the team. God, dude, I have never seen a head coach get fired so quick from an NFL team.
Neither
Urban
have I.
Meyer, dude, that, that the stories that I heard from just whenever he was there for less than a year were amazing. I mean,
He kicked. Didn't
he
he
kicked,
kick a player? Yeah. Didn't he kick somebody?
yeah, he
Yeah.
kicked the kicker or something. It said
Yeah.
we start making kicks again.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that was funny. I can't remember what kicker it was, but it was freaking hilarious. I mean, terrible, but I was like, my God,
I think he got fired right after that.
dude, yeah, it wasn't much longer. I think he
Yeah.
wanted to be fired. Like, uh, I mean,
Oh
Trevor
yeah,
Lawrence.
he tried to put Tim Tebow at
Yeah,
tight end. Remember that?
yes, it was bad. It was bad. Tim Tebow was bad. Listen,
At
he
tight end.
listen, Tim Tebow maybe 8 years sooner. Okay.
Yeah.
But man, he's coming off of playing baseball for the Mets. He's going out there trying to block a left tackle or something. It was so bad. He got blown up, and I was like, he just couldn't move. He doesn't, he just it. It was a publicity stunt. We all knew it, but it was a bad
Yeah.
one. Like it was. It just didn't even look good. Eh. But luckily, it only lasted for like the preseason. So, kicked the kicker, cheated on his wife,
He
didn't show up.
did. I
Yeah,
still have that video saved on my phone when he
yeah,
was at the bar, like all up on some random woman,
yeah.
Urban Meyer. I have that video.
He said saddest part. Trevor Lawrence was asked about Tebow. He was like, "Yeah, I remember watching him in elementary
Oh my god! Wow.
school."
Hey
That's
yo,
funny.
Blake. Hey yo, Blake. I'm gonna take it
Yeah.
in, man, because I gotta deliver this load in the morning, man.
All right, man.
Hey
All right,
man, much
buddy.
love, man.
All right, buddy. Hey, man, great talking to you. It's always good to talk to you, man. I love it.
Hey,
So,
for sure, man. Much
hey,
love, brother.
yeah, man. Hey, we'll see what the bowl game is, and I'll get you back on, dude. We gotta talk some more. Then maybe even basketball this year, dude. I don't know. I'm excited about Florida basketball too.
Let's do it.
So, but all right, man. Well, have a good night, buddy. Go
Hey,
Gators.
stay blessed, bro.
Hey, you too, buddy. Oh, I think I'm gonna get off here myself. I am tired. It's been a long day, long night. But I appreciate it, guys. Florida Gators get a victory. Good chat. I'm in a hotel sick with pneumonia. Muddy waters, get better, buddy. Um, Dang, that sucks, dude. Pneumonia, that is not fun. It's not fun at all. But hey, man, hope you do better. Hope you get better. Y'all have a great night. But hey, you know what? You got pneumonia, but I bet it feels a little better. The Florida Gators get a victory over their biggest rival, the Florida State Seminoles in Tallahassee. It's always fun. Now starts a win streak versus FSU. And I hope, I don't say, I mean, it's got to be getting better too. I mean, I hope this win streak lasts for a decade. So F Norvell. I gotta see that video, by the way. I'm gonna take a look at that video when I get off here. But hey guys, let's see. Board and my kids are both on top of me, ready for my Jags to lose. Peace out, man. God, I hope. I hope not. But Trevor Lawrence will be back, so at least we'll have better quarterback play than Mac Jones. So we might finish 8-5. That'd be nice after a rough start to the season for the Gators. 8-5 wouldn't be bad. It'd be great for recruiting. So hey guys, y'all have a great night. I will talk to y'all later. Hour and a half going strong. Nice. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Look out for some more videos. I'll probably have another video probably tomorrow about the Florida State game, and I'm going to watch that video at the end, see what happened with the old flag thing. But hey, guys, good night. Y'all stay safe.